In the headlines, Appeal Court restates Adamawa Taraba State's All Progressive Congress governorship candidates. Gunmen kill 3 policemen, kidnap oil firm boss in Rivers State. President Muhammadu Buhari commissions boulevard named after him in Niger Republic. And Algerian court sentences cause to death over forest fire lynching. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I'm Zainab Bala. Hello and warm welcome. Court of Appeal in Yola has voided nullification of Adamawa APC governorship primary that produced Senator Aishatu Binani as the candidate. A federal high court in Yola, presided over by Justice Abdulaziz Anka, had on October 14th held that APC has no governorship candidate for the 2023 elections in Adamawa State. Silas Lowell has the details of this report.
The unanimous decision of the three-man panel, read by the late Justice Tani Hassan, set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court Yola, which sacked Binani and ordered the APC to resubmit Binani's name to the Independent National Electoral Commission as the governorship candidate. Justice Tani Hassan noted that the suit, which was filed by way of originating summons, came up to the Court of Appeal with 8 issues for determination, along with 2 questions. She therefore explained that 5 out of the 8 issues were dismissed, while the remaining 3 were resolved in favor of the appellant.
We appreciate our Lordship's wisdom for appreciating the issues raised by the appellant, Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed, and we appreciate them for arriving at this decision. And we are hopeful that Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed will be able to reap the benefit of her nominations for the All Progressive Congress.
And we greatly appreciate the Lordships. We say it was a great one, and we believe that such judgments would always place things in the proper perspective.
Some supporters of the party in Yola celebrated the victory.
I want to appeal to the other party to please sheathe their swords. Let's work for success. Meanwhile, Congress of Binani, and to show that we are all one, I wore this APC shirt deliberately. We are all APC. Let's unite and make Adamawa an APC state.
Of course, we feel elated. We feel elated, and we also feel proud that the popular saying that judiciary is the last hope of a common man actually is played out today at the Court of Appeal.
Former chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Nuhu Ribadu, dragged Binani before the Federal High Court Yola, claiming the primary election was marked by irregularities. Earlier, leadership of APC prayed the court to dismiss the suit instituted by Nuhu Ribadu and reinstate Binani, the bona fide winner of the party's governorship primary election. From Yola, Silas Lawan, Trust TV News.
In a similar vein, the Yola Division of the Court of Appeal has set aside judgment of the Federal High Court, Jalingo Taraba State, which nullified primary election that produced Senator Emmanuel Bwacha as the state's governorship candidate for the 2023 elections. The court, in its ruling on Thursday, affirmed the nomination of Bwacha as Taraba APC governorship candidate. Now, on November 15th, a federal high court in Abuja ordered the APC to conduct fresh primary in Taraba State within 14 days. The primary election was contested by 2 of the governorship aspirants, David Sabo Kente and Senator Abubakar Yusuf, who alleged irregularities in the exercise. Counsel for Emmanuel Bwacha speaks.
To APC and, of course, the governorship candidate of the APC, Senator Emmanuel Bwacha, we salute the courage of my laws for doing justice in this appeal. Now, the appeal having been succeeded, the two appeals, that is the appeal of the APC and of course the appeal of the candidate, and that is Senator Emmanuel Gwacha, having succeeded, the issue has been raised to rest. Now the APC and of course our candidates can go on and continue with their campaign. And we thank God, we give God the glory, and also thank God that the industry and the scholarship of our team leader, FK Depe for ASN, has not been in vain, and we give God the glory. Thank you all. The candidate of the APC, Senator Emmanuel Gwacha, is the governorship candidate of the APC. You're welcome.
The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, says he will set aside $10 billion to tackle youth unemployment in the country if elected president. Speaking at the flag-off of the PDP North Central campaign rally in Ilorin, Atiku said the money would be used to establish Nigerian youth in micro, small and medium enterprises to empower them and make them gainfully employed for a decent living. The report.
Around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the open bus conveying the flag bearer and other party faithful entered the square amid shouts of Atiku and PDP rent in the air. The Director General of the Campaign Council, Aminu Tambuwal, described PDP as the only party that can rescue the country, while former Senate President Bukola Saraki thanked the people for realizing the truth after being deceived with lies and propaganda.
This is a clear message to the APC in Kwara State that Kwara is PDP and PDP is coming back to Kwara State and Nigeria. The train for the rescue, for resetting and rebuilding Nigeria is in Kwara today. 2019 has come and gone. We have all learned our lessons. There is still hunger in the town, is there not? Insecurity, is there not? They came with propaganda and lies. But we told you, the only man that can rescue and recover Nigeria is Atiku Abubakar.
The Kwara State governorship candidate of the party, Shoaib Yahman, laments the poor welfare of the people of Kwara State as a result of the rising debt profile of the state, while the national chairman of the party says PDP will be back to restore the good fortune of the country when voted into power.
Kwara State has never had it this bad. The mantle of leadership fell from a performing government to a government that does not know what to do to improve the people's welfare.
PDP has come back to rescue this country and put it back on the path of development for every family, for every young man, for every old person. We are a party for all.
The presidential candidate of PDP also echoes what he called the lies of the present government, both at the state and national levels. With the election of PDP, he promises to reconstruct bad roads and provide youth with jobs via a $10 billion dedicated fund for small-scale entrepreneurs across the country.
4 years ago, they came here and deceived you and told you lies. Now, this time, PDP has come to return Kwara to the mainstream of Nigerian politics.
The North Central rally of the party was well attended as leaders appreciated supporters for turning out en masse to register their support for the emergence of a new Nigeria.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has challenged African youth to fully participate in political activities as Nigeria gears up for the 2023 elections in February. The former president also warned the young population not to allow those he said will mess up with their future to lead them again. Speaking in Abeokuta, the ex-president said that such participation would also guarantee a better future for the young generation, as it would not allow those who are messing up their future to succeed. represented by the Deputy Chief Coordinator of the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Dr. Ayodele Aderinwale. The former Nigerian leader said the biggest obstacle to effective removing the barrier is the attitudinal disposition and orientation of the young people. According to him, if youth can be desperate enough to agree to trek through the desert to get menial jobs in Europe, that energy, spirit, and fortitude can be channeled towards eradicating both physical and mental barriers. 3 police officers on escort duty on Thursday evening were shot dead by yet-to-be-identified gunmen at the Ramokoro axis of Abio Akpo local government area of Rivers State. According to reports, the gunmen kidnapped the managing director of oil and gas base company in Port Harcourt. The police officers were escorting where the officers who were in a Hilux vehicle, according to eyewitness, were shot dead. Eyewitness account added that the gunmen blocked the vehicle in which the top oil workers were in and immediately rained bullets on the police officers before whisking away the company MD. The incident caused pandemonium along the stretch of Ramokoro axis of Port Harcourt just as residents scampered for safety. When contacted, spokesperson of the State Police Command, Grace Iringi Koko, confirmed the incident, saying a full-scale investigation has been launched. You're watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up, you take a look at why hibiscus farmers are smiling to the banks. Details of this after the break. Stay with us.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
My name is Femi Adebayo. This holiday season, StarTimes is taking us to a better level. You can step up your family entertainment with the StarTimes upgrade promo. You recharge 2 months on Nova Bouquet and get upgraded to Basic or Smart Bouquet. Recharge 2 months on Basic or Smart Bouquet, you get upgraded to Classic or Super Bouquet. And if you recharge 2 months on Classic or Super Bouquet, you get 10 days free on your subscription. This upgrade automatically qualifies you for a weekly draw to win 55-inch Smart TV, PA systems, home appliances, and more. These prizes are proudly sponsored by Longreach, Wayon, and Amaz. This promo is from the 15th November to 15th January 2023. Times and conditions apply. On StarTimes, every day is the best day ever. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. StarTimes. Entertain your family.
TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update. Our top stories. Appeal Court restates Adama Taraba APC governorship candidates. Gunmen kill 3 policemen, kidnap oil firm boss in Rivers State. Moving on, science students of senior secondary class in Kaduna have invented a mobile game to help them and the public relax and unwind while going about their daily routines. The students say the aim is also to provide an affordable and simple game that could be easily accessed by the users. Mela Musa reports.
Mobile games or smartphone games are digital or video games played on a smartphone or other mobile devices. Games are now easily accessible on mobile phones with a large percentage of youth playing them. Mahadi and Abubakar are SS3 science students, and their love for the games motivated them to invent a mobile phone game.
Actually, we both initiated the idea of the game. It was like, and we wanted to make it under the name Royal Gamers Nation as our company name.
The major reason is to provide a cheap, simple game to our peers, and at the same time to serve as a source of income.
When asked about how the idea was conceptualized, Mahadi said it was derived from the games he often played.
There's this company, they're very known for making different games like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, Bully, and so on.
As students, coping with daily school routines and low performance of their computers were some of the challenges they faced in the process of inventing the game.
PC, like the space, we had difficulty when we are using the computer. We had difficulty when it came to time management. In school, we had a lot of stuff on our heads. For example, our physics teacher, he wants us to memorize the laws of motions.
Game will be accessed via Play Store. We are working on it right now to make the game available on Play Store. So that process requires some methods that we have to go through, payment, fees, and some documents like that. So we are working on it right now to make the game available for everyone on Play Store, Google Play Store.
And their intention is to crash ETV so that you can die. So when you are playing it on the phone, use your hand to rotate the analog. This analog, use your hand, is actually more.
They also advise the youth to make use of their talent and become productive to enable them contribute their quota to the development of the nation.
The situation of the country is getting more digitalized, so there's a lot of people I've seen, a lot of my friends I've seen that they have much talent into the software and all that. I think they should take upon that and try to make some revenue and all that. They should focus on their talents, and it mustn't be anything relating to software. It could be fashion design and all that. They should just set in the mind that they can do it.
The nation is in dire need of talented youths. So my advice is for these youths to channel their talents, and put them into productive use.
With support from government, NGOs and individuals, innovations in science and technology by the Nigerian youth will not only make them productive, but also help the nation to bridge the existing skill gaps and help the nation boost its technological drive. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
A very interesting report there. Now, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Federal University Gusau chapter, has given the federal government till 31st December 2022 to address to their demands, or they would withdraw their services. It gave the ultimatum during a peaceful protest against the federal government's decision to pay them pro-rata salaries in October. The report.
It appeared there is no end in sight to the current impasse between the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, as the Federal University Gusau ASU chapter has issued an ultimatum to the Nigerian government to implement the agreements reached between now and 31st December 2022 or face another industrial action. To this end, members of the union and students of the Federal University Gusau embarked on peaceful protest to press home their demands. One of the students who spoke with journalists appealed to the federal government to look into the demands of ASU to prevent another strike, which he said will have a devastating impact on them.
For the fact that they've embarked on strike based on injustice or maltreatment from the federal government, they should consider it and give them what they are demanding for. Because if everything was okay, they wouldn't have gone on strike. Now we have stayed home for over 7 months, and we have resumed school now. Still yet, they have not settled these people. Now we have resumed school. They are prompting them to go on strike again, just because they've not paid their complete money. The federal government, if they value education and they value us as a citizen, they should listen to our lecturers and pay off their money.
The registrar, Ali Yusafi, who received the protesters on behalf of the Vice-Chancellor, assured them that he will convey their message to the authorities concerned.
The management is quite aware of the plan by the national body of ASU to stage this protest at various local branches. And like it has been said, today is the day for Sokoto zone, and we cannot be out of it. We have to take part. Now, it is really unfortunate that the federal government has maltreated ASU in the highest order. Because in the history of ASU struggle, there has never been a time when salaries of vice chancellor downward were stopped. In fact, in previous ASU struggles, salaries of principal officers, management staff, salaries of those that are on study leave are never stopped. Never.
The protesters carried placards with inscriptions such as, "Education is a right, not a privilege. Education is for all, not for selected few. The country is meant for all, not just for the rich," amongst others.
Farmers in Katsina State are harvesting farm produce and smiling to the banks as prices appreciated when compared to previous harvest period. Hibiscus farmers are particularly happy with bumper harvest and rising demands for the produce. Hibiscus, locally called zobo, is being produced in commercial quantities for exports. Abdullahi Yamadi visits popular Mashi Market, a local government area in Katsina State, where hibiscus farmers and merchants meet.
Hibiscus is a major attraction to the Mashi Market for customers from across the states in Nigeria and beyond. This season is like no other to hibiscus farmers, as its price is no match to any other farm produce in northern Nigeria. You see, one sack here costs between 28 and 30,000 naira. Russell's farmers have never had it so good like this season. Those who produced it abundantly are getting a lot of money. In fact, it's one of the best farm produce this year. Hibiscus or zobo is one product that knows no bounds, as it is consumed all over the world, as such attracting buyers from Nigeria, Niger, Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal, and Chad, with dozens of people along the value chain. If you can reach out to the local communities where it is produced, you will see wonders. Both women and children processing it are getting better time. Everything in it, like the leaves and seeds, even its shrubs, is money. It is a wonderful plant. Our major concern now is security operatives who extort money from drivers bringing it out from local communities to markets, and those of us transporting it to various towns and cities. They extort and harass people even as it is a legitimate business. Hibiscus farming requires little or no fertilizers and very minimal effort to grow in large quantity in Katsina and many states in northern Nigeria. In some farming communities in Mashi and Mani local governments, women and children were spotted processing the product and begging for onward transportation to the markets. Experts say Russell's plant, which produces hibiscus, otherwise known as zobo, has a lot of nutritional values and health benefits to people.
Hibiscus flower is a green leafy vegetable, and it's a vegetable that contains the nutritional value, especially it contains antioxidant, and antioxidant is very important in the body because it fights, it repairs cells, and it's important for patients that are suffering in cancer, or it can prevent cancer because it prevents the wasting of cells and developing of the cells.
This may be the reason why people are calling on relevant stakeholders for training and retraining of farmers on mechanized farming and provision of improved seeds that gives minimum yield. Abdullahi Ismail, Trust Television News, Katsina.
President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday arrived in Niamey, Niger Republic for a two-day African Union summit on industrialization and economic diversification, as well as the extraordinary session on African Continental Free Trade Area. The president is expected to use the opportunity of the visit to commission the Muhammadu Buhari Boulevard, named after him by the Republic of Niger government. Presidential spokesman Garba Shehu had earlier said the president would also attend the launch of French version of the book entitled Muhammadu Buhari, The Challenges of Leadership in Nigeria. And on the foreign scene, the Algerian court on Thursday sentenced 49 people to death over the lynching of a man falsely accused of starting deadly forest fires in August last year. According to APS News report, onlookers had beaten 38-year-old Jamil Ben Ismail to death after he turned himself in at a police station in the Tizu Ouzou region. He had gone there upon hearing that he was suspected of arson at the height of blazes which killed at least 90 people nationwide. The court also handed 28 other defendants jail terms of 2 years to a decade without parole. Algerians' human rights group called for calm. And in the world of sports, a second half brace by Richarlison, including a stunning overhead scissor kick, gave Brazil a 2-0 win over Serbia in their opening World Cup game at the Lusail Stadium on Thursday. The record 5-time winners had toiled at times in the first half but improved after the break and were rewarded when Tottenham Hotspur striker Richarlison followed in to score the opener in the 62nd minute when a Vinicius Junior shot was saved. Vinicius then set up Richarlison to score again in the 73rd minute with a stunning acrobatic effort that is surely the goal of the World Cup so far. Now the result continues Brazil's superb record in the World Cup group stage, in which their last defeat came in 1998 against Norway, when they had already secured a place in the next round. With sports, we wrap up news update at this hour. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thanks for your time and company.